So it's January 9th, 2018, and to you that may not be significant, but as I sit here looking at my Instagram posts from last year this time, the first one with Andrea, Dr. Dibin and myself greeting each other for the first time before we taught our classes that night. The second one, me at lunchtime conquering the stairs. I promised myself to take 12 flights of stairs each day to help with my weight loss. And the third one was one of my former students, Justin. I invited him to speak to my leadership students that night because he had already gone through my class. And so these three pictures are triggering memories because January 9th was the day, I like to say, the day before my world turned upside down, the day before I was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. Because I don't know if I will have the strength to do a post tomorrow or to do a video, I'm doing it today because, one, while I am very grateful and rejoicing that I have made it this far 1 year later, I have to be transparent and vulnerable to say that it's hard to come full circle because it has been a rough year, and these pictures represent how quickly life can change. I am no longer in the classroom teaching my undergraduate students. I can rarely get hugs because I'm a hugger and one of my love languages is personal touch. I didn't know that this picture was going to be so symbolic because this was one of the last times I could actually get or receive or give a hug, because I had to go through most of the year last year without being able to even hug my own children. And this photo is symbolic because my plan was to lose weight, but I didn't plan to lose weight like this. I'm down to 112 pounds right now, and even though each week I go to the doctor, I'm getting better and I'm recovering well. It just goes to show, be careful what you pray for and do not take your days for granted, because you have no idea how easily and quickly things could change. The reality hits me hard sometimes that I've actually gone through this journey, and while I have gone through on the other side, because there's no more leukemia in my system, my last 2 surgeries revealed that, and my sister's donor cells have fully integrated, so we give God glory. But the other side of that is the process is long, recovery is long, and the journey has been difficult. Why am I sharing this today? One, I may not have the courage to share it tomorrow on the 1 year anniversary. But two, I need some of y'all to realize that the lives that you're currently taking for granted, you need to stop it. You need to stop acting as though tomorrow is guaranteed and is promised. You need to be more intentional about making the kinds of decisions that are going to be wholesome and healthy and helpful. You need to stop living life holding on to people and old, stale, stinking grudges. For those of you who are Christians and claim to know God, you need to stop acting as though God owes you something and begin to show forth who He is by living lives that please God and not play games with God or His people. I'm calling you all out right now because I realize after the year I have gone through and the experiences I went through and the different kinds of people that I see each week who are dealing with their cancer journey, that many of you have health that you take for granted, or you could care less. You don't even go to the doctor to get checked out. You are careless. And I'm just telling you right now, I'm challenging you this year in 2018 to do better, to take better care of the body that God has given to you, to pay attention to the signs and the signals that your body gives to you, to get your regular checkups, to take care of your loved ones, not just literally, but emotionally take care of your loved ones, to make sure that you are emotionally available and accessible to the people you love, because you don't know when you'll have one more time to give and receive a hug. You have no idea the people you pass in the church on a Sunday morning. You have no idea that these people beside you are probably crying out for help, and you are so lost in your own heavenly mind that you are no earthly good. So this post is a call out, and it's a challenge that in this year we ought to do better. We ought to not make resolutions, but we ought to come to decisions. Deliberate decisions meant to improve our daily lives and impact the lives of those around us. I ask of you, I beg of you, your life can change in a moment. Do not waste the breath you have. Do not waste the days you are given. Be intentional about purposeful living and about making positive impact and about inspiring other people and living life the best way you can, because it can be taken away or it can change in a simple day, with one phone call, with one diagnosis, with one car accident. Everything as you know it can change. So do not take your life for granted. Do not take your children for granted. Do not take your loved ones for granted. Do not take your leaders for granted. And be kind to yourself. Make better lifestyle choices and changes. And let us choose a more intentional, wholesome path for living. I have gone through this journey and I've learned so much. And as I learn, I promise God I will continue to teach and inform and inspire and integrate what I've learned to help you, to help church leaders, to help business associates to make better decisions for themselves and for those around them as it pertains to health and wellness and overall taking care of the lives that God has given us. It's rough because my recovery, I still have some time with recovery, but I'm trusting God and I am being true to the process, respecting the process, and trusting God to carry me through. The person that I was then is not the person I am today. I am better, I am stronger, I am wiser. And for that, I give God the glory. And I continue to submit myself to this process, knowing that He that has started a good work in me is faithful and will continue and complete it. I hereby recommit myself to serving, living for, and loving on my Father God. I implore you to do the same. To God be all the glory.